just before I forget, and don't talk about it for another 6 months. So the original piano theme. Hi, Kira. The original piano theme that was used and remixed into all of the wards was also used for the title theme at some point. It got really old, but it was just a bass piano piece that I played and felt out. I'm not the strongest piano player. Like, I don't read music and I don't practice that much, but I can play by ear, so I just kind of felt out a song. Specifically, uh, I was referencing two things for it. I was referencing the Ballad of Swingy Todd. I was in that in high school, uh, just a couple years, yeah, before I ended up making that song, and I still really like the music of Swingy Todd. Um, and also, what's his name? Dvorak? The New World Symphony. I believe the second movement was a piece of classical music that I really liked and felt like I wanted to capture some of the tone of. So the two of those put together is what I originally was referencing when composing the ba ba da 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 da, and then I just kind of made as many variations on that as I probably could. And as were, this is important, easy to play on the keyboard for somebody who doesn't have that much experience. The dead silence of the save file screen is scaring you. I'm sorry. And so then that got remixed into all of the city wards that they all use that same key and basic set of notes within that key, and then remix to different instrumentations or tones or whatever. And specifically, the title theme was later for E19, I believe, either E19 or E18, spritzed up by an artist called O Colosso, who came around and offered to do that. Okay, so we did a little bit more prep between streams, and by we, I mean Lissa, so thanks for that. And we're just gonna progress forward. I, for once, despite being tired, am not in like some kind of great panic or hurry. I do have to end the stream at 6 because it's the last Saturday of the month. But that's fine. That's plenty of time. We are zen. We are measured. We are one with the universe. No Reborn update. No music. Probably is a Explorers of Sky theme. That seems like something that would happen. It was definitely just a glitch song. I have much less to say about that. Did her head just clip under the... It did, didn't it? Well met, Amy. I hope you didn't think I would go down without a fight. I'll admit, that woman caught me off guard. She seemed to know about my family, but I didn't recognize her. That doesn't matter anymore. I already snuck back in and terminated their base. And I've got a present for you. Team Meteor has been desperate to seize these objects. Give them back to the original owners would do little but put a paint but put a but this is where the tiredness becomes an issue. I keep putting an extra word in there. But paint a target on their backs. Oh, this is gonna be a stream, isn't it? Neither can I keep them. They know where I stay. I need you to take these and leave. The rest of us will relocate. Up north in the Carnelia region, there are two cities, Labrador and Calcinon. The gems in those cities belong to Charlotte and I. You go your own way, and I'll lead everyone else up there in safety. North and east of the route ahead is your way forward. A line that I had to add because people kept going into this part of the game and not having a single clue where to go despite friends' dialogue. Should Team Meteor pursue you for the keys, I trust you are capable of defending them. Be careful. We'll meet again. Yep, it's really me. I'm the real Ame. I can't do anything over here, right? God, my entire head clips under this. I didn't set this up better. Okay. So I guess we're going to be doing this puzzle today. Which is, that's good. That's fine. It's not a problem. Did I remove the Heracross that used to run by here? I must have removed that. It was so quick that, it was weird. I wanted to add a little bit more wildlife, and it just didn't work because the movement speed was too fast. Have I played this game before? Yes. Okay, so actually though, so I mentioned when I started this that when I play this game, like casually, like just because I feel like it, which I'd say happens every year or two, my playthroughs usually die around this point. I don't know if that's because of the game or if that's because that's about my attention span. But I'm certainly much less familiar with playing the game past this point, which is going to be interesting. I have played this part of the game before still. When episode 14 came out, I believe. Which would have been, what, 2014? 2015? That's a really good point. Yeah, we talked last week about how I kind of hate the Chrysalia section, or the Tanzan section at least. So that's probably a significant barrier to me playing. But then again, I played through the unremade, like pre-remade early games so many times, even though I hated it. I guess I had the promise though of like, yeah, I'll come back to this. I hadn't committed to it, but in my heart, I'm like, I can always come back to this. The Tanzan section is hard to come back to. Episode 14 was 2014, yeah. If I say that too hard, I will hurt myself. But that's the last time that I did a full playthrough, and that's the last time that I remember for sure playing through this section. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff here. I don't know what new team members I'm looking for. I've accepted. I sat down before the stream. Yes, it has. I sat down before the stream to think, okay, I should really consider the future direction of my team, make plans for the upcoming leaders, and maybe be a little bit more organized and deliberate about my choice of Pokemon. And then I tried to do that, and I realized something very important. I realized that I'm shit at planning. I need like a hard wall to smack against, otherwise I just roll off of the concept of preparation. Thought I heard a bug or something crawling around over here. Guess I was right. Sup? Come here for the gym? There's a huge castle to the east. Serves as one. I'm up to 8 badges now. Easy and peasy. You're only at 7? Falling behind already. And to think you started before me. Think I'm wrong? Just try me. Speaking of being shit at planning, I forgot this battle existed and forgot to prepare for it. King roll Paris with Spore could sweep Radomus? Yeah, maybe. How did he get 8? So he just beat Radomus and he hasn't beat Noelle, which is why you two are kind of crossing paths here, because he's gonna go back and fight Noelle now, because Noelle was with you the whole time, so he never had a chance to. And then you go onwards to Radomus. And I explained before how the badge system works, where we start with Haxorus. I thought we still led with Rhyhorn. Okay. Where's my fairy type? Great. Don't sword stance. I explained before how in the online league, you could fight up to 3 or 4, depending on season, badges above your lowest missing badge. So if you have the first badge and not the second, you can fight up to the 5th leader, for instance. Is it possible that he battles Charlotte at the same time, since by the time you get to Charlotte's gym later, he would have already been bad? No, because in order to fight Charlotte, and this is how it came up last week, you need Noelle's badge, because it's 9 to 13. We assume that the league order in game we assume that the player happens to get them in league order in game, but that isn't necessarily something that other characters would be beholden to, and it could go differently if the scenario didn't just happen to work out that way, for the player. Hopefully that makes sense. So he has 8 total. No, he has 8 total. Skipped Noel. Yeah. No, wait, is that only 7? Wait, Noel is only 7. Radomus Luna. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's go with that. Yes. Alright, now you've sent the sin against me, which I consider to be an interesting choice. I guess your entire team is weak to ice, isn't it? Do I kill? Do I just kill? Let's Aurora Veil to be safe, right? Okay. Nothing is safe. Nothing is sacred. I still have a swallow for some reason. Julia, Florenia, Shelly, Shade, Aya, Sarah, Radomus, and Lily. Yeah, okay. I really want to be able to make this hard switch, and I can't, and I now have my Zoroark in the last position again, like I do somehow every fight. What are you gonna do? Rock move? And Grassy lowers Earthquake, which is unfortunate for me. That's a cannon effect. I didn't choose to add that. Oh, that's fine. I like that move. Is your Rhydon choiced already? Surely it's not, right? Oh, you poor Scyther. You poor foolish Scyther. So that's a quirk of the AI, because even though basically every ground type has a rock move, we can only guess stab. We don't have a system to tell it, hey, like basically every ground type has a rock move. Don't set up don't do that. It only knows about the stab until you reveal the move. What? Okay, that's rude. You're gonna Giga Drain. It's not a quirk of the AI. Fern is just stupid. Sure. Okay, yeah, I knew it had that, but I thought we could tank it, and I thought we would hit harder. Do we actually have adaptability? We don't. So that would be a factor. That would do it. Fuck. Nasty plot, contrary, superior. Calm mind, superior, contrary. That was a thing that actually happened in the online league. Fern's teams were kind of not very polished, and he actually brought contrary, calm mind, superior into a real online league battle against a real challenger. And so I've told that story before, and I've also talked about how, the league leaders were characters played by me and my friends. So that was one of my friends who had taken over after me, playing a little bit subpar, and I decided to heckle them about it forever. That was when, because I realized that A, they weren't team building optimally, and B, they weren't playing very well. I registered as a challenger to the league as Florenia, and just to beat Fern over and over, to try and teach Fern and character a lesson, but also to make a point to my friend that was playing Fern. Alright. Oh, the poison point. Meech, no. That's okay. Meech will simply have to kill the entire rest of Fern's team without taking damage. Who played Amaria when I got 6-0'd? Good question. When I played myself versus Amaria, I was playing myself. The matches, both of the matches that were Blake versus Cal too, because there was a famous Blake versus Cal match where Cal won at first, I think. No, Blake won at first and then Cal won the second time. I was playing both characters then as well, but in all three of those cases, I really honestly was trying my best not to play based on the knowledge that I had, but just to try and play optimally on either side. And my team was super fucking weak to Ludicolo and grass types, because in Gen 5 I ran a rain team that had 4, right? Yeah, 4 water types. So most grass types, Ferrothorn and Superior, were a huge pain in my ass, but Ludicolo already in a rain team just wiped the floor with me, and there wasn't a whole lot I could do. Hello, Henry. Twitch ad Armeg. Hi. Okay, that's the second deaf person that we've had come in here, and that's very interesting to me, but like, I'm a big fan of it. Okay. Try not being cheap for a change. Whatever, not like it matters. I don't know sign language. Yeah. Oh. I think we all know who the real top dog is anyway. Anyway, the way to Carnelia is blocked off for some dumb reason. The guards decided to take a nap on the job or something. Real great work there. So I'm gonna go track down that normal leader. Some dumb kid. I guess he ran away from his place in Lapis. Fern is a top? Fern may be a dog, but I just don't know if he's a top. Yeah, the fact that it doesn't have CC is a huge bummer. Seriously, is everyone else around here just committed to fucking up whatever their job is? I guess that would explain you. Good luck getting anywhere besides that stupid castle gym. Later, loser. Oh god, transition. Okay, so when that faded out just then, this side, I believe that my mouse is being picked up. This side of the screen faded out, and then this sliver did, because there's actually a map connection right here. Have I talked about map connections right now, or in this series, and how much I hate them? I haven't, right? A little bit? Okay. I have. Great. So for anybody who missed that then, map connection is basically Essential's way of taking two separate maps and sewing them together. So the thing about it is that it fucking sucks, which means that if we fade out the screen next to that, it fades out at a different rate because everything is stupid and there's nothing we can do about that. Yeah. This is just example 1 out of 899 of just them being awful. At least we got them mostly functional. Huge shout out to Cass and I believe Perry for that. They were a huge pain with lag. They were a huge pain with weather. They have just decided to make themselves unpleasant company at all turns. Okay, so Route 1. So when I was making Route 1, I had a little accent, and the accent is that I made it almost like 3 times as big as I actually meant it to be. Maybe twice, I don't know. I do know that the general direction is going to be the left here. So this is Elliot from the type quiz. Elliot has been here on this route, I believe, as long as this route has existed. But we only, because he was always a reference to the type quiz, which was on our website, but the type quiz itself only got added from the website to the game with E19. It is actually much older than that, and he was always a reference. Brian is also around here somewhere. I'm sorry. I was about to apologize to Gothira, but this Gothira is bobbing and weaving. She's weaving and bobbing. Tricked you into thinking Route 1 would be easy, and then... Alright. I probably should have used Bullet Sleeve for the guaranteed hit. That did so little damage. Did that thing just activate Intimidate? Holy shit. That... I should have just switched to Flygon anyway. I had no reason not to switch to Flygon. I deserve everything. So Actually, though, as of E19, I get hitting Route 1 in the surrounding woods before E19. But what is it that you... Yeah, that's honestly probably true, Sarah, because I'm not used to having one. What is it that you dislike about Route 1 at this point? Ledges? That's fair. E19, it's just a long corridor after the White Shard. I guess that's fair. Too many entrances, definitely easy to get lost in. Well, yeah, so this is not an easy puzzle. Official Pokemon games will be over. Yeah, well, I mean, it's the first route if you were to leave the city through the Grand Gates. That's all. And you're stuck having to go through a number of times after that. Well, but after that, you should have the fast travel. That definitely used to be the case. And this game has the audacity to name it Route 1. Yeah, true. That's fair. You are... Attack on Titan reference, because I think I added this trainer when I first watched that show. Tauros has lost its novelty, and now it's a hassle to get one to bounce around because you block Tauros out from half the route. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So, I was making episode 10 around the time that trailers for X and Y showed that in those games you could ride a Tauros. And I'm like, that's a neat idea for what I'm doing over here. And the random Titania that you can lose another relationship point. Okay, so there's a lot of reasons. Understandable. So I saw that X and Y was adding the Tauros thing, and I'm like, interesting. I could try doing that. And I implemented it, and at least shipped episode 10 into testing between the time that the trailer came out and the games actually came out. So I felt very happy. I don't recall if we actually released before X and Y came out, but I think we at least started testing. So I was happy that I could sort of beat Game Freak to their own punch. Imagining being able to develop things quickly enough for that. Isn't that crazy? That's fucking crazy. Pain. Okay. But then you played Victory Road, and now it doesn't seem so bad. Yeah. Let's see, I added somebody around here who's gonna give you something. Didn't I? There we go. It was only 8? I only got 14. That's better. But, how did your love for Primarina start existing? It started existing when I saw Primarina. Because making custom trainer sprites that look nice while riding Tauros. Yeah, okay. So another quirk about Route 1 is that in order... So in RPG Maker, normally if I want to change the player graphic, in order to do that, I set a move route the same as if I were telling the player to walk to a spot. And I have an option that says change your graphic. So in RPG Maker, I would say, hey, have the move route of changing your graphic to something else. However, and I believe this is no longer still the case as of MKXP at the least, maybe sooner, in base Essentials, that command just did not work for the player. Now this is probably because of things like running, changing your sprite, at least a little bit. I kind of hate my running sprites in this game. It might be... 10.1 might not have been that far behind. I probably implemented it. Maybe it wasn't the testing, but I probably implemented it well before... I'm positive I implemented it before XY released. Maybe I didn't release in time, or test in time, but whatever. Anyway, so that doesn't work in base Essentials, so I had to figure out a workaround for just trying to change the player graphic. And the only way that I was able to do that in Essentials was by creating a completely separate player character. So in the game files, we have defined the playable characters, Vero, Alice, Lucia, Kuro, Decibel, and Ari. And then we also have to have a Tauros for each of them. So there's 12 just because of the Tauros. Tauruses. Whatever. Anyway, that was a huge pain in the ass. And a large part of why we had so many other issues. Let's go up here and get something. I guess I don't have to get the item finder anymore, right? Did I make you give something? No? Okay, cool. Hey. Oh, happy birthday in the game. How come it says to go inside to update events when you change weather, but the NPCs still pop into existence anyway? For some of them, that probably works, and I think that it's still correct to be safe. Let me put it this way. We could not, because that was added so late, we could not test to make sure that dynamically updating without going in and out worked properly, so it was safer to just add that note. Awoo! Yeah, we've been playing Awoo. We've been playing Fire Emblem Awoo lately, in which I cannot have enough wolf units. What am I doing? Right, the puzzle. We are going to solve through this. I should probably just get a Tauros for starters. Which means I need to figure out the best way to kill these beefy normal types when I don't have a fighting type. Interesting choice. Hey, can you hit a ghost type? Probably shouldn't have done that because of the recoil. So definitely the intention for this area was you go left at first and then figure out, because like you can't go right, and then you figure out slowly how to make your way down to the right. That's basically true. I hear that a lot. Oh, you can hit ghost types. That's rude. But yeah, I agree with that. We're really tanking these though. Bonk. Oh god, that screen fade hurts me so much. Woo! I feel like it is only fair and just for me to go through all of Route 1. Like, you know? Like, I made this. I broke it, so I have to buy it. Okay. God, which is it? It's, I have to fight the pincer so the Heracross does the thing. Oh, hey, Rock Blast. That's a funny, rock weakness you got there. I'm pretty sure I made this. Because, so for one thing, I remember still making both of these puzzles in general. Well, okay, actually, I guess only South moves left to right. But I'm pretty sure I remember, like, mapping them out on... My choker just broke. It's a broker now. Anyway. Wow, is there not a sound for that? I couldn't add a cut sound? I like to imagine that, like, Heracross puts its horn in the spider web and then, like, swirls it around, and then it comes out looking like a swab of cotton candy. Yeah, so I remember when I made this, I first sketched it out on paper, and I was actually going to try and find that paper. I think I might still have it. Like, I had a lot of fun figuring out how this puzzle was going to work, and also I definitely knew when I was making it that, wow, everyone is gonna hate this Pokemon. I know how this puzzle works, so, oh, by the way, the Miltank is calm and wears a collar. Tauros is staring at the Miltank intensely. Miltank Senpai doesn't need to notice him. Yeah, so I knew, and I remember this, I think it was actually Aaron. I don't think he's here right now to confirm, but I think it was actually Aaron, and I have a vague memory of messaging Aaron at the time. He comes into the stream sometimes still. And I think I remember commenting to him with like a colon kitty face that, wow, this puzzle that I'm making is bullshit. I don't know why that has stuck with me, but I knew what I did. That really needs a sound effect of some kind. Sounds are clearly my weakness. Okay, so the reason that this fades out here is because I can't, these are displayed as pictures over the map on an overlay, but they do not play nicely with map connections. Oh, hey, it is raining 3 feet to the left. Great. And I need to clean that up. Okay. So everyone, this is Hark. This trainer right here. OMG, have you ever seen a Florenian? They're so cute and fluffy, and did you know their body temperature goes up to 9,000 degrees? Here, come touch mine. So Hark was an old Reborn regular whose favorite Pokemon was Florenian. This was his patron trainer. He's also stuck around and helped support us, so I'm super grateful for that. But also, he was one of the people who helped run some of the lines in the Reborn League online. So who did he play? Oddly, the one that I know for sure that he played was Sigmund, because
wow.
Because when he was challenging the league, I took over Sigmund, and that was one of the only Sigmund battles I did. And it was actually super fun to play Sigmund for that one battle.
I'm worried about you now.
Well, no, because it was fun, because then I could play asshole psychiatrist and get in people's heads. It was fun. And I had
worried about you
I had imagined that that as a leader, Sigmund in the online league would be doing that a lot more than he actually did. So it was a good memorable moment for Hark, who was usually playing him, to have an example of, oh hey, this might be a fun thing to do with the character. He said as much after the battle to me that he really enjoyed the shit that I was talking to him. I don't like Sigmund very much in this game.
Very much thinking about it.
I don't like Sigmund in this game, but in the online league, I think he had the potential to be a fun, personal antagonist. Because I mean, what are psychology degrees good for, if not for giving people a sense of perceived moral superiority and intellect over others, even when it's completely baseless? Anyway, Rock Blast.
Wow, is that like a reference to something
Yeah.
that's actually happening?
Crazy. Okay, so like aside from that, I am also kidding and roast. Okay, that's fine. We just hit the rock blast a second time.
Do I need to think if you left and work on me?
No, I just got punched in the gut by a Florenian. Meech lived with like 3 HP. It was more than that, but not much more than that.
If any of them actually use natural death?
Well, no, but to be fair, that almost killed, and the other two didn't get a chance to move.
You're a jerk.
I'm sorry. That was me getting punched in the stomach. On behalf of Meech.
So they all have natural gift and different natural gift berries to demonstrate that they're all very naturally gifted.
And that is true. Flareon is the most naturally gifted cuddler. Aren't they so cute and gifted? Yes.
I also wrote the dialogue for that in case it's not clear.
Shout out to Cass. Flareon! Pet the Flareon. Flare! It's very fluffy, but your hand burns a little. Anyway, I was saying before, I also have a psychology degree, so that was also just a self-roast. This is also a patron trainer, right? And here we have the wild trainer in the natural habitat. See how closely.
Mummy?
Yeah. Hey guys, did you know that in terms of human companionship, Flareon is objectively the most huggable Pokemon? While their maximum temperature is likely too much for most, they are capable of controlling it, so they can set themselves to the perfect temperature for you. Along with that, they have a lot of fluff, making them undeniably incredibly soft to touch. But that's not all. They have a very respectable special defense stat of 110, which means they are very likely calm and resistant to emotional damage. Because of this, if you have a bad day, you can vent to it while hugging it, and it won't mind. It can make itself even more endearing through moves like Charm and Baby Doll Eyes, ensuring that you never have a prolonged bout of depression ever again.
Cool. Anyway, I'm gonna report the typo. Wait, are you allowing this?
Could somebody please report the typo in the typo reporting thread and not on my cheek? Help!
Okay. There we go. I thought you were just gonna let me do that.
There's a part of me that was thinking about it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That part decided not to?
It eventually got the better, but partly because that ink is very smelly. I would have been high on Sharpie by the end of the stream.
You say... Have you met you on stream, though?
Oh yeah, we do have a Patreon, by the way. If you search my name, actually, I can just paste the link.
Hi, baby. Yeah, the best part about Patreon is that occasionally I post pictures of Kira.
That's true. Yeah, no, I am super grateful for all support. It means a lot to me, especially as I'm in this like drudgery of remaking the foundation for my next game, and can't really like put out a story that people will get invested in right away. So I'm super grateful for the thought. And I really appreciate that Flareon copy paste. It's not the first time I've seen it. I've actually posted that on Patreon before because wholesomeness and Flareon is good. Anyway, this is a patron trainer who wanted a Steve Irwin reference. I don't remember who this was. Hold on. I have the resources to check that. Steve. That was from Devers. Shout out to him. Pet the Flareon again. From atop a Taurus. Flare, Flareon remembers you. Pet the Flareon. The fluffiness burns your hand, but warms your heart. How did you get created? They are based off a real person.
Yeah.
And that actually came... Somebody was actually asking about that this last week. That's the unit of time. Yes. And I was saying, yeah, we'll probably talk about it on stream. So New was originally our server host for the online league because we were on Pokemon Online, which requires if you're going to run a private server, you need to have a machine that is maintaining it all the time so that people can connect at any hours of the day. And I was not able to do it because of some internet bullshit at that time. So New was a friend. I have known him since I was like 14, 15, somewhere around there. He's been around the orbit of the Monkey Pro group that I've talked about a bit in the past. So he hosted our server. Originally it was somebody else in the group, but he took over and was just a really cool guy. Dragon Tail? No, this isn't Dragon Tales. No, let me out. Trying to not learn a move always feels like a maze. So his quirks about, say, am I going the right way even? So when he hung around the online server because he was hosting it, he exclusively used the team of Pikachus, did refer to everything as Pikachu, and his advice for any situation was to eat it. So that's why he's like this. He just kind of talked like this as a person. So it was fun to make a quirky NPC as a reference. The reason that all of these Pikachus have different cries is because when we got some kind of cry pack for, I think, 6th gen or something,
Yeah, okay.
for updating them.
Yeah, so we were going through individual cries, and I was like, there's like 50,000 Pikachus in here for...
It's like 27, I think.
Each of... At 50,000.
Okay, yeah, same thing.
So like, I was just like, gosh, there's so many of these. So I was like, oh, I know what I can do with this.
It was a good idea. This produces joy. Sparks joy. Okay. Hi, random person who just walked into my house. My name is better left unsaid, but if you must know, I am Sir Ellie Villain, New Esquire the Third. So Better Left Unsaid was his screen name, and Ellie Villain was another screen name of his, and then New is what he went by on our server. So this is just a conglomerate of references about his screen names. You can call me New. I created Reborn's PC server system-y stuff, but now I just live out here. Anyway, want me to heal your Pikachu? All better. Remember, when in doubt, eat it. Let's see. Now, do I have any food? Great. Candy. Yes. Which candy? That's probably not important. Peppermint. Great. Okay. 3 honeys. Oh, I forgot I made that multiple now. Red Hots. Oh, and the whole this bit with some obscure alliterative adjective for a given food, like rapacious Red Hots. That was his screen name Gambit in the server as well. He just rotated between quirky food names all the time. Okay, let's...
Gosh, it's like you ran around with your very own squad of dwarves.
I wouldn't do that.
And if there was ever any evidence that was true, it would be that fucking giggle that you just giggled. See, you're doing it again.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's do one more. No. Oh, I am out of candy. Okay, so hopefully that's enough. And it might be, because if that was 9 plus 14, 21, I might be 1 short. I don't recall. But yeah, Lissa's right. That's the dev team name. The name Chasing Sling is from the Greek name for the goddess of the moon. The idea is we're like chasing the moon over the horizon, which is stupid and nobody should do that.
Kind of like how Ami is stupid and nobody should do that. Zing!
Hey! but it's about the thrill of the chase, and you know, even if the end goal is completely impractical, you know, maybe we can just have a good time doing it. All right. I guess while I'm here, let's take a look at what else we got. Like jousting windmills, sure. But maybe we'll be a little bit more successful than the average windmill jouster. God, the lack of a sound there is hurting me every time. I have always felt like sound design is my weakness, but maybe the fact that it is now actively bothering me is a good sign for growth. A single update with a single change against the Terra Clown music thing. For some context on that, we added a feature for Starlight that'll help highlight events as you move close to them. So it detects how far away you are from any given object on the map, and then it can perform an action based on the distance. Which means that when Marcello implemented that, they did so with the commit, if we were to implement this in Reborn, we could have clown music play increasingly louder as you move towards Terra. Will I ever add any references to Reborn in it? Probably. Almost certainly. I think there are certain characters who I think it might be fun to make an angel or a demon, like, variant of. It wouldn't be the same universe. It would just be just for fun, but could just be neat for a design. Alright, let's see what we got here. I should know, given that I made it, but I don't remember what's around these places or how to do this ice puzzle clearly. Let's see. What do we got down here? Cool. How can we get... Boop. Yeah, the early life orb cheese brings me pain. So this boulder used to do weird shit. Yeah, that's okay. It's a good song. I like it too. This boulder is meant to be one that you can only get after you have, I believe, rock climb. But people were able to do a thing where they push it and then save and reload their game, and that would cause the boulder to respawn under them. And I have tried so many workarounds to fix that. It's like every other episode since this place existed. So let's try again to fix this boulder. And eventually, it just got entirely fixed. None of my workarounds ever properly fully worked, but it just got fixed when we updated to MKXP, I believe. So thanks, Cass.
Yeah.
Did we move the life orb there? I don't remember. I believe you. Ice stone. Okay, so we can do that Pokemon, Sand Slash. Yes. Can do the Hail Sink strats. Become video gamer on the right. I'm pretty sure I made the north side first. Oh, this is Brian, I think. Yeah, Brian from the type quiz. I hope that's how he introduces himself. He's just like, hey there, nice to meet you. I'm Brian from the type quiz. I think I made the first one, the top one first, because I'm like, okay, I can have it so that you only get to each endpoint by going to each side together. And I'm like, okay, but actually, I can do a little bit better if we just go one side at a time. Is there any inspiration behind the story of Reborn? Not the characters themselves, but the role in their game. I mean, a lot of that is still based on the events of the online league. Stuff like Amy losing her memory was because that was a plot TM bit in the league. When was Childland created? Because League had Adult Lyn. Childland was teased as early as episode 13. I don't want to talk about the Danganronpa thing. That brings me great shame. But Childland was basically always the case. Well, okay, that's not true. Childland was basically always the case since somebody cleared the league, for sure. It was definitely a thing for the online league. There was a distinction between Lyn as... So if somebody beat the online league, then they would be eligible to challenge the X League, which is New Game Plus, but you get a 7th Pokemon, which can be legendary, where legendaries were normally forbidden. So there would be a difference in Lyn's personality between the normal league, where you would fight her as herself and the battle was private. Lyn privatized all her battles, so only the champions would ever see it. She was the only litter that forbade spectators. And then when you got to her in X League, her personality completely changed. And so sitting on that, something that only the actual league champions knew and had seen for 10 years, took some doing. Because that was basically always the plan. That's a good question. And I don't remember if people beat X League during the time that Lyn was still there. Because there sure was some silly stuff that went on with that. You would get Jupiter up here, but I don't really care about that enough to dismount my Taurus at this point in time. No, actually, I guess I have to dismount anyway. Fine. I'll go fish for the stupid Jupiter. Stupider. Yeah, Washman was one of the people who did clear it, so it makes sense that he might have still recorded and posted that. Did I intend to have any particular gym be the hardest one? I mean, my goal... That's the wrong Pokemon. Please let me escape. Thanks. Ideally, each gym would be harder than the last. And because players get more and more options late game, and the playing field is more and more leveled. The later into the game we get, the harder it is to control difficulty. So I'm sure that there are a lot of cases where that missed for many people with the last gym leaders. Saphira was met with an army of over-prepped people in beta. That's true. But I feel like even on replays, she's not necessarily that crazy. Gotta say, I'm still not the biggest fan of her team getting leaked early, and we kind of had not the greatest atmosphere in the server at that time, and people were not very pleasant about the early iteration of her team. So the team was leaked when one of our devs, Aram, wanted to produce a cool birthday present for her partner. So the move celebration wasn't in the game at the time. So she modded it into the game and released an extra version with a special gift for her partner. And then released that version to people just so that more people could share in celebration through Wonder Trade or whatever. I'm a little fuzzy on the details of how that all worked, but that's the gist of it. And although she did her best, I fully believe, to scrub the game for any of the new content during E18 development cycle before releasing that, somehow, despite her best efforts, the trainer file still made it in and people got a hold of it. I'm super glad. I'm glad I could be there through the COVID. Goddamn. Happy to help. Thank you for the sub, by the way. Yeah, it was a really unfortunate accident. But like I'm not fussed about that so much as I am, people were just really sour about, lol, this is Saphira's team, this is such a joke. And a lot of that was a specific clique of people who were around at the time and were just kind of negative, and especially when it came to like team building, particularly elitist. We've moved on from them, fortunately, but it was not the most pleasant thing. Anyway, we now return to the south, where I should get a Bufflant. Hello, Bufflant. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. It was just like, really, guys, come on. As penance, you took her hand in marriage. Justice was served. Thank you for doing what had to be done. It wasn't that different. We actually were able to get some decent feedback from it and tweak it, and I don't remember the changes. It really wasn't that different, but people made fun of the set on Dragon Knight at the time, which I don't remember what it was. It was just like, okay, guys, this hasn't been tested yet. We would make changes based on feedback anyway. Can you maybe not be totally rude about this? I forgot to get a Floral Charm. I'll have to get that later. Can I go this way already? Surely not, right? I'm just jumping forward? No, we can. This is good. It really wasn't anything substantial either way. It was just kind of a bummer. But it sure did not help people as far as being over-prepared for her. Yeah, no Augustweed and no Flabebe. Lissa mentioned, or somebody actually did. I feel like maybe at least 2 people mentioned, are there any Pokemon in this area that I would want to acquire for my nefarious purposes? And the answer is, like, probably, but I don't know, Flabebe is cool, but I will just use all the fairies again if given a chance, and maybe I should try to broaden my horizons. So what even is the truth, really? Yeah, no, people were... Fly was a highly requested feature, and a lot of people were frustrated that I hadn't added it for so many episodes.
What was?
Fly.
Oh.
And like, I didn't want to tell them that the plan was always to fly into the city. and use it as an actual progress gate HM that way. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, I know about Fly, sorry. But having to sit on that for 4 years was painful. The remade city was, let me be clear, such a huge pain in the ass to make. God, that took forever. I knew it would take forever. It sure did take forever. I never want to do that shit again. But I am super glad that I could do that and deliver on the premise of this game being the shittiest shit.
Wow, that was incredible. The shittiest shit.
Shittiest shit. The city is shit.
Shitty fuck shit.
But then it gets completely better. I recall some people being put off by the Void segment because of how vulgar and edgy some of the dialogue was. In retrospect of how all the Void ties into Arceus stuff, you really like it, but did you have any feelings on people who reacted like that? There is some of the dialogue there that I agree was a little bit over the top, and I believe that I edited that. And if not, then I'm sure I'll have feelings about that dialogue when I get there. The Void section... That was fun to make, and it was definitely an escape from where I was at the time. And in that sense, I can't blame it for being just a little bit edgy. But I get what they mean. And I feel like if they've gotten that far in the game, the edginess really shouldn't matter that much, but, you know, whatever. I'll just give it a whatever. Thank you. I am glad that I can be a little edgy as a treat. What makes people think this game is insanely edgy unironically? In my perspective, there are people who are willing to take a Pokemon game with deep emotional themes and a dark tone seriously, and there are people who are, because it is Pokemon, inherently not able or willing to do that. And that dissonance for them puts it into the edgy valley territory, and, you know, that's fine, I guess. Oh, thank you. I'm glad most people liked it. I did hear that most people liked it. I am going to kill the pincer.
There are certainly a lot of people out there who just kind of throw around, you know, oh man, this game's so edgy.
Yeah. Like, inherently, I don't think that's even a bad thing. I feel like it is just, maybe it is just an alternative. There's probably the edginess because of it being Pokemon, and there's probably some people who dismiss it as edgy because the writing was not great at the start, especially, and, you know, I sure still look at some of this writing and I'm just like, I wouldn't call it edgy, but I think that some people lump that together. Why was the Torkoal Singer removed? I mean, like somebody said earlier, it was contributing negatively to the impression of the game, and it didn't really need to be there. Like,
it was also just, I didn't like it for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons. There's also the whole endorsing torture thing. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a factor.
That was the big one that I was opting not to get into, but I mean, if you wanted to get into it, then, like...
I'll own my mistakes.
You know, torture doesn't actually work and is not actually like a productive way to get information. It's really just a human rights abuse, and so maybe having an in-game method of human rights abuses is, you know, not good.
Probably not the best move. Yeah, like letting those things be subtle, I feel like is just the play. Route 1. Reborn City, Agate City, Tanhan Castle. Something is written at the bottom. Fern was here, Amy is a loser.
Wow, Amy. How could you be such a loser?
That's
like
true,
that?
Yeah.
You're such a loser.
Yep, that's me. I am the losest. Alright, there's some hidden items down here, right? That's actually not where I thought. There should be one here, because it's not even hidden.
Ooh. Yeah, that's so hidden, Ummy.
That's the one I was thinking of.
You're such a
No,
hidden item.
no, this one. Because that used to be a rare candy, I think, which is why it's an EXP candy now. I'm right.
It's so hidden, Ummy. That's like the hiddest Ummy in the Ummy.
I'm going to scrum.
Scrummy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go adventure into the cold, unforgiving world.
Okay, bye-bye. I'll always remember you.
I'm still here. I need a second to get ready.
Bye-bye.
Alright, that's it.
Sometimes I can still hear her voice. Wait,
wait,
no! No!
There you go. That's what you get.
Is there one over there? Yes, fine, I'll go get it.
Like how you're not even doing anything about it. Heart adorable.
Hi, Dan Cash, welcome. I will go ahead and do something about it now.
You won't, 'cause it'll put me even further.
Oh.
Here, you know what? Y'all are going on an adventure.
Oh.
Here we go. Now, it's gonna be Ummy. See, there we go. Ummy doesn't really have the best lighting.
Yeah, that works.
Is that any better? Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Now I've improved it.
Shout out to Jen for getting this for me, by the way.
Which is funny because that's your snow.
Oh yeah, because
see, so it's like
it's like he got me himself.
It's so just the world goes round. See, gosh, how can you guys bear to have me leave? Like
I know.
Look at all this entertainment that you wouldn't be getting.
Yeah, Eileen. That was his birthday present for me when we met up this last summer.
And see, now we've just come full circle.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I guess I'm leaving that item, even though it's Oggo as fuck. It's really fucking Oggo.
Do I have the Build-A-Bear full pixes? No, just this one. Her name is Rain. Yes, it is.
You named her after yourself?
What? No, it's Rain with an E. It was...
Yeah, that's a big fucking difference.
Well, no, it was from the Starlight character, because the Ninetales I always named Shimmer, based off of the Starlight character, whose younger sister is Rain, who, yeah. So
also, Starlight spoilers, hello.
True.
Hello.
Also, like, I just want to, it kind of got buried, but Algren, I'm glad that you can be welcome here.
We do our best in this business.
Yeah.
Even after people try and stir up drama every now and again.
It's true. Do I get a chance to heal before King? I should, right? Surely I wouldn't do that to people. Hello, Challenger, and welcome. Please, follow me. Okay, good. I'm a responsible person. Alright, I guess we'll just do this scene like this with the Vulpix.
I can't believe it. I can't believe you found Lady Wokington of Wokeness Castle.
True.
The wokest of the wokery. Disgusting. I'm gonna go flame you in DMs.
Sounds good. Yeah, that's a thing that happened because of Luna. Finally, the pinnacle of character creation is here. Cute emo boy meets... emo poison boy meets funny hat guy. Those are the only two kinds of guys that I know how to make. Everybody can be classified as either an emo poison boy or a funny hat man.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, just like from that one book, The Hunger Games, Katniss Everdeen.
Go. Leave. Bye. Oh wait, I should have... Do I have a chance to pet Umbreon after this? I do, right? I better. Surely I wouldn't make the Umbreon disappear in the middle of the sing. If we really think about Kane and Sigmund are basically the same person. I just don't know about that one. Umbreon stays for all. Great. Okay. My master will join us shortly. Please, make yourself comfortable if... Oh, well, what's this? A new challenger. One Miss Gossip Carnivore at your service. And don't worry, dear. Autographs are always free of charge. You know, I'm still making hand gestures at the camera, even though I'm... Okay. Here, I'm just gonna... I have surprisingly little latency. Or at least I do. That's what matters, right? Haven't you met a Pokemon that can communicate before? Indeed, Gardevoir is unique among her kind to be able to psychically project her thoughts in English. I am Radomus, the lord of this castle. It is a pleasure to meet you, Challenger. As she has already alluded to, this Gardevoir belongs to me. You may have seen her on TV. She's managed quite the career. And this is my daughter, Luna. As the castle's maid, I welcome you. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to make your stay more comfortable. And you are Amy, is that not so? Oh, don't look so surprised that Master knows who you are already. After all, as Reborn's very own Gossip Gardevoir, it is my business to know things. I know all about your repeated raids on the meteors, your involvement with the other leaders, even your little escapade from the orphanage, and how you apparently joined a street king. That one caught me by surprise. Didn't think you were the type. You're thinking of the golden brick pyramid hat, Radomus? What's wrong with that? That's just a normal hat. Does Gossip Gardevoir know about Lynn? Maybe not. Oh, but don't worry. Your secrets are safe with me. That's why I just mentioned them to an entire room. Let us not overestimate the value of that statement. Nonetheless, Amy, I assume that you have come for your next gym battle. In that case, Gardevoir, Luna, would you please excuse us? Yes, Master. Ooh, enjoying a private moment with the Master. How lucky for you. Gardevoir. Going! Gardevoir is lively, but mostly harmless. Feel free to pay her no mind. That is not why I dismissed them, however. I understand that you have met with Luna's father, that is, L. Allow me to clarify one thing. Though I called Luna my daughter, she is most definitely not. The emerald brooch she wears around her neck is proof enough of that. She appeared one day and claimed me to be her father. Despite equal parts confusion and protest, she moved herself right in. Of course, my own family is long since gone, and it was a bit empty in here. How could I say no to her? Indeed, it seems that she is just playing a part in some greater fantasy. She fancies herself a maid and a princess at once, and fills each role nicely. She is a strange girl, and has been no small source of amusement and joy for both Gardevoir and I. Of course, the two of them were fast friends too. It's not as if I can just dismiss her now. But tell me, what is your impression of El? He has come calling more than once to reclaim her, but I have refused him. I suspect there may have been some hint of abuse in her past, or else she would not have so fervently fled her birth father. To that end, I am resolved to protect her from him. That is the long and the short of the affair. Master, pardon the interruption. We have another guest. By all means, please show them in. I don't suppose you were expecting anyone. Amy! Hey girl, hey! Welcome. I suppose you too have come for a gym battle? Yep, I've got some catching up to do, huh, Amy? Totally got sidetracked by that whole business with Heather. I did manage to find her again. Not that she was happy about it. Apparently she was adopted by some guy in Aventurine City. I think his name was Blake. So that's good enough for me, as long as she's happy. Well now, there are lost girls all over the place, are there? I beg your pardon? But now we have 2 challenges and only 1 gym. Easy, Amy and I will take you on together, and then we both get the badge. If only, if only. But could you play any real strategy with 2 minds on one side of the board? When the king knows not what the queen is doing, the whole kingdom falls into disarray. Soon after, checkmate. Master has amassed his fortune by winning chess tournaments all across the globe. He is quite admirable, don't you think? I was just kidding anyway. How about this? Amy and I battle to see who challenges first, yeah? You may settle it however you wish. A romp with Amy is always good fun. Come on, let's do it. Well, they were closed off at this part of the game yet. Maybe Kane must have come through and gotten lost, or Kane flew. Definitely one of the 2. Don't worry about it. Kane just fell down the mountain. Came out the at the end in the woods that we were at by Ice Stone before. Is there any inspiration behind L? He was originally... So you have to understand that the Season 1 leaders were made to be, like, caricatures and, you know, their personality can be expressed within 5 lines. So L's original personality was, haha, religious guy, lol. But he became more complex over time as spending more time with the character. We explored him more and developed a couple different angles for him. And then post-game happened, and he became a good character somehow. When you played Reborn for the first time, you had no idea how to play chess. Yeah, so that was my mistake. I really underestimated how... Like, chess is one of those things that I kind of just assume that everybody knows how to play. And I learned, as soon as I added this gym, that's not true. Why did I make this field so awful? Yikes. See, it's always surprising to me, because although I know that there are a few people who feel very strongly against chess field now, the feedback on the chess field revisions has largely been super positive, and I actually still feel like it's one of the stronger fields. However, I recognize the burden of knowledge for that field is much higher, and probably getting some more supporting elements in for that would help it be less awful. I still think that the base concept of the field is good. Oh, speaking of which, I need to figure out what all my roles are. L is about religious texts, belief in tradition. So how is he accepting of Luna despite her choices to leave? And that was an interesting line I had to toe, but I think that ultimately the conclusion I came to is that his issue is not with what she chooses to do with her body or identity. It is with her not following traditions. And I think that those 2 things do not necessarily need to clash. I think that in many cases they do, but that doesn't have to be that way. And there are plenty of, say, Christian trans people who are looking to bridge that gap. And I would rather throw a chip in for them. It makes it much harder to stop Trick Room. Yes. Okay. Understandable. He did want to cut... Well, the haircut was... And we'll get there, probably next week, but the haircut was just also, like... Actually, maybe we won't be getting to Radomus today because I have to go at 6. I figured the haircut was a good indicator of here's an issue that is ultimately based in religion and tradition, not necessarily gender, but is still deeply frustrating and sympathetic to people who are in Luna's position. Like the line I was trying to toe there is that the haircut is about tradition. And of course that was only ever intended for a boy, but it's not really necessarily about her being a girl for him. Oh god, there's so many pronouns in the sentence. Where's the blue hair? Radomus' puzzle legit give me more trouble than his actual battle. Yeah, that's pretty common though. Whose idea was it to have the thinking cap in the ending thing? That was mine, and I'm super proud of that. The puzzle I won't talk about. I really like that puzzle too. I'm surprised that you don't. Okay. Hey, wow. I actually have a Pokemon to deal with a Lolomuk. That's weird. So, we're both sturdy, though. Knock off. That's kind of an unfortunate poison. Mimikyu already, huh? Let's... Do I get outsped? I don't know the speed tiers. Let's see if I can get a Rock Slide Plunge. Nope, I can't get shit. Can't have shit in Detroit. Hi. Who cares about disguise? Oh, we're a queen. Great. How do I hit you? I guess I better do Bullet Seed, because that should be the same. Oh, I should have encored. I actually thought Meech would be faster still. Oh, Mimikyu might be king. Yeah, I should probably pay attention to that, huh? That would make sense. Alright. Oh! But we live! Thank you, defense boost. Okay, that is a Rook. Which is fine, we'll just drop a Rock Blast on this. I think I need a crit. No? Ooh, that's gonna be close. No, we just kill. God, Queen Meech, that's good. Oh. Oh, there's that queen. Alright. Let's go ahead and just see what we can do to it. Close. Okay. Alright. Whatever. We're king. It was really tempting to do that, but I figured that would be... Well, so one of my rules with field effects is that I am never putting any effect to a Pokemon by name. It is sometimes by ability that is limited to a species, but never to the species itself. That felt unfair to me. So that's one thing. But I wanted things to be more broadly applicable so that it would be as digestible as possible. Well, and I assume that they know that that's how that works. But, you know. What are you going to do to me? Fairy move? Even better. Ow! Okay. It's fine. Oh yeah, that is also true. That was one of the things from testing is like we really need a reason to more explicitly explain this field to people because a lot of people were very confused. Also, I should talk about the changes to it. So in the first place, chess field was super boring until they brought out Syringa in the post game, immune to Ice Beam. So in the first place, when I first released the episode with Radomus, field effects did not exist. But we added it in a 10.5 update for Gen 6, I believe. So chess field was one of the first fields, because our first set was, or no, maybe that was just with episode 11. Our first set was the three actual terrains that existed at the time. Dark Crystal Cavern for Luna, because that was the gym leader that we were at, and then this for Radomus, because Radomus really needed the help with Trick Room. And originally chess was just a Trick Room field, which was kind of lame. But in the years since then, and after it sat being a very boring field for a long time, longtime community member Bizarro, who has contributed to the game in a lot of ways, such as some programming stuff and a lot of the shiny sprites, was running an online league of their own inspired by Reborn, I believe through Reddit, if I'm not mistaken. And they had set it up on, I think, some kind of custom server where they were able to implement and play with their own field effects and make some changes for balance. And this chess field thing was a balance idea that Bizarro and their team came up with. And I heard about that. That got passed on to me along with an experimental mirror field change, which we ended up deciding against. But they were like, hey, I was like, I think this idea is really neat. Would you mind if we just adapted this in the base game? And they were cool with it. So big shout out to Bizarro for this. The actual details of the roles are different than Bizarro's iteration. I took a bat to those, but the general idea of pieces gaining rolls based on their stats and effects based on their role was what he came up with. And I think that was actually a really fun direction for Chessfield. Yes, Redemption. Bizarro is now working on Pokemon Redemption, which has a reference in the ending scene games words. Okay, what we got? Hello! Do you need help? Okay.
I just got what, other people didn't get.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and so as for that, I bring you this. You know what the thing is about, Radomus being Katniss? It means that his ship name with PETA would still be Penis.
Stop.
Sorry, you laughed. Your laughter is what's encouraging me.
Damn it. It's cool. I can wait my turn. Just don't keep me on edge too long. Wow. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure what half of what was going on in that battle was. Guess I'll have to read up on how this arena works. Soften him up for me in the meantime, yeah? Oh, do you not believe you can best me yourself? Excuse me, Master? Is Miss Garvall with you? I cannot find her anywhere. I thought she was with you. She was in the foyer when Kane arrived.
Gosh, Luna really just does herself in circle.
I can neither confirm nor deny this at this time.
Ooh, Master Cat Girl, Mia.
Okay, so to be fair, the cat girl thing wasn't my idea. But, yeah.
Yeah. You wanted to work for Master Katniss?
There are worse things that one could do.
I suppose so.
It would seem that I'll be playing black this game. Master, a message was delivered for you. A message?
Racist.
Now, who might that be? The person who delivered it was dressed in a light robe, but I didn't recognize him. Allow me to see it.
And really, his name should be Master Dickhead if we're being honest here.
Damn.
He's just kind of a dick. And a horrible father.
As
There are a
trans...
lot of horrible fathers in this game.
It's true.
I wonder if that says something about you. Somebody call Val.
Oh dear. I'm glad that we have trans cat boys out here too. That's good. We gotta have equal cat person representation.
Yeah, I mean, come on, haven't you seen Ladybug Show?
That's true, that's true. Pleased to be of service. To one Radomus Van Haren. That's a real last name and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. To one. Does that imply there's more than one? I should like to meet the other. To one Radomus Van Haren, I have captured your precious gossip Gardevoir. Should you wish to see her again, you will return my daughter to me immediately. Signed, L. What? No, sincerely? Not even a with love? How rude. That person isn't my father. You are. I wish he would simply admit this already. I beg of you, Master, please don't send me away with him. She was really just captured, but she was like right there when we came in. It was likely that they were waiting for such a diversion as your battle. Just as well. We've got to get her back right away. Absolutely. Miss Gargivore is my dear friend as well. You will find her, won't you, Master? Don't worry, we'll take care of it. Right, Amy? But how? We have no idea where they went. What do we do? Nothing. Master? There is no need to do anything. What are you talking about? She's your Pokemon. Don't you care at all? Ooh, they had the bread. Get that bread, girl?
Uh-huh.
Of course I do. It is for that reason that I need not act. You make no sense at all sometimes. I'll go find her myself then. Please wait. I wish to help as well. Luma, it will not do to let you place yourself in check. You are the piece he wants to capture, after all. If you are so determined, allow me to act in your stead. I'm on the case. Do wait here. It will not do to let yourself fall into his trap. Okay, gotta pet the Umbreon. Shenmue. Yeah. Umbreon, it hardly reacts. Maybe it liked it? It still doesn't react, but you seem to feel it pressed into your hand a little bit.
Kira?
She simply must be alright. Gargivore has been a dedicated companion to me. Whether it were here or at my mother's house, she was delighted to escort me wherever I went. I felt quite a bit safer with her, and yet, how could it be that she's been beset by this evil now instead? Perhaps I never should have left her side. But then everyone has two sides, and it is impossible to stay by each of them at once. The post-game implications of chess? I mean, the message could have been delivered by one of the other cultists. There's some weird, ambiguous, unspoken reality warping stuff going on for like first 2 years of my Reborn career. Yeah, same. Okay. Are we healed? We are. Great. So you swapped one silly hat for another. Now. There's nothing silly about it. I simply chose the right hat for the job. Will we not be sleuthing out Gargivore? Yeah, quite the change of heart you've had. Do not misunderstand me. There is no need for something as rash as this, but if Luma demands it, I will acquiesce. I don't get it. I thought Gargivore was supposed to only be drawn to the most loyal trainers, but you make it seem like you don't care at all. Should Black be concerned when the White King places himself in check? Literally, what are you even talking about? Look, let's just go find her already. As you wish. Considering his past associations, I suspect he will flee in the direction of Reborn City. Right, then we know where to go. The quickest way there is west and south over Route 1. Let's do this. No, don't listen. I do make this game, I promise. Hi, Crystal Lizard, welcome. I did make the game. I do. I did. I may only remember.
You seem to be tripping up your words a lot. Is that because you didn't actually make
No, that's because I'm tired. Oh my god. Now you're going to scare off the new person. Hi, I'm Ame, by the way. Welcome.
Who's Ame?
Oh my god. I'm being trolled. You know what? No, this is good. This is good.
What's troll?
This is a good hook and mystery. You have to stay and watch the stream in order to figure out whether or not did I not make the game.
Did you or did you not, Ame? Also, hi, I am the disembodied voice behind the screen behind Ame. I'm Ame's cat, Kira.
Wait, who's Ame?
That's the mystery.
Oh yeah, we should get, while we're over here, just to show off, just in case there's anybody around who hasn't already. Alright, so let's just Taurus went the courting and we did right, Taurus is staring at the Miltank intensely. Miltank returns the gaze, becoming lost in Taurus's eyes. You feel that you could cut the sexual tension with a knife. What else we got?
Davey fucking yo.
Miltank bleats coyly and bows down to the Tauros. You suspect you might be about to witness the live-action version of 50 Shades of Bull.
Bullshit is what it is.
They hold each other's gaze for a moment. You suspect that this is the kind of Miltank that brings all the bulls to the yard in daylight. I don't know why I decided to do this, but I sure did, and didn't ever change that. Blushes and nuzzles against the Tauros. It roars quietly as it breathes down the Miltank's neck. You kind of want to dismount now. Fanta-chan didn't know. For funsies, yeah, basically. I suppose I have a Buffalont to cordially invite into a certain log here. But the jiggle physics in Miltank, I don't like the words jiggle physics and Miltank together. God, that must be an actual thing with the 3D models. I hadn't looked at a Miltank very closely. We saw that earlier. You do move out of the way of the Buffalont. I had been wondering if I accounted for that, and I'm sure I didn't at first, but it has been accounted for now. Why did I just make you say ho? Who did that? Why do you have a pincer? There's literally 18 other pincer. I couldn't find a different Pokemon for you to have? Who made this trainer?
Oh.
Yeah. You. No. Bye. The gates don't open. Wyatt lucky? No one catching me sleeping in here. I saw him too. It would seem our culprit has been cornered. Wait, where did he go? Did he use an escape rope? Now who's being silly? Press forward. I believe there is just enough space beyond that gear. That horribly spreaded gear. This whole thing is awkward. I wanted to make this like a bigger gear room, and I didn't, and it just would have been a bunch of sprite work, especially if I was going to animate them all, and I just... This is one of those rooms that we probably should have touched up. Probably made this a different room. Why is he there? He works nearby. Easy. This may be more challenging for an adult. Are you really stuck? Come to think of it, why doesn't this thing turn anyways? It froze when the Grand Gates did. It was around the time of Reborn City's collapse nearly a decade ago. Presumably, these mechanisms are linked to the doors themselves. Many have tried to get them to operate again, but to no avail. Well, whatever. Even if it's tight, just force your way in. I mean, I don't normally say that to boys, but this is different. I'm going to pretend I didn't understand that remark.
Winky face?
Probably an older adult is meant there. We are not accepting comments on Kane's age at this time. Alright, here we go.
I bet you're not.
I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired.
Somebody call foul.
Well, now I've done it. Actually, it would appear that the drop isn't too far. It seems to lead into some kind of cave. Are you prepared for some spelunking?
Winky face?
Down the rabbit hole we go.
Winky face? Have you just lost the ability to hear?
I heard your winky faces. You're correct. Well, no sign of our friend. Perhaps he wandered off in search of an exit already. Then it looks like it's our move. Hi. I am sorry that my sister, who has the username of Terrar, has been terrorizing you these past 3 streams. Hi, Astral Flyer. Welcome. That's okay. Don't tell her this, and I mean that seriously. Don't tell her that. But it was kind of funny. I didn't have a bad time. Wait, she hasn't watched the highlights, right? Shit.
This is
Security breach.
One of the highlights, right?
Yeah. We'll just edit this out,
We'll
right?
edit this out,
Yeah. You got me. Listen, nobody on YouTube is gonna see this, right? She's at work now. Great. So hi, welcome. How did? I mean, I'm sure it was a Reborn Terror reference, but still. So you both know about me. Do you both play Reborn, or what happened there? You played Reborn, she wanted you to play it? Okay. I see, so she's a big fan and that passed to you. Okay, that makes sense. and now she's a public embarrassment to you. As any good Terra roleplayer would be. There's like something around here, right? Technically. Boar's Eye are the best dogs. That's true. I don't know the relevance, but hi, welcome. Wait, so she was into something and roped you into it. So you're basically in Samson's position. Always disliked Terra, honestly. I mean, that's fair. I cannot fault you for that. Even the FF6 one, that one I feel like you might be able to be faulted for. I definitely didn't originally plan to have the player walk around the ground stairway area, otherwise I definitely would have designed that better, and perhaps that is a case for revisiting that area. Not that I'm going to, but like in theory. But that was a pretty hasty workaround to add just walking around the edge of it. I'm in the CL situation? I don't think so. I don't think I have a direct relationship to this thing here. That animation was originally made by a Smeargle, and then I think it was Smeargle, and then I brushed it up a bit. So big shout out to him for doing all that. But yes, that's a yes. They would have just been stuck there until you show up. So this is where you've gotten to. I certainly had no intention of landing down here, but it seems we've found quite the hidden paradise. Oh, you were right behind me after all. But that's not the only thing we found. Look. God, what voice do I even do for Adrian? Oh, so it was true. Huh? Were you expecting us? Not at all. But that older man just came through and explained the situation to me. I'm quite surprised that there's anyone else down here. To be clear, exactly what did he tell you? He told me how he was on the run from some individuals who kidnapped and brainwashed his daughter. Absolutely deplorable behavior. I won't abide by it. But he had your Gardevoir, and just what have you done to this poor thing? I beg your pardon? The option to fast travel out of the Citadel makes you lose the dialogue. Yeah, but I had to add the fast travel thing. It was super obnoxious otherwise. I mean, I guess Elias would have been frozen for a bit too. Your Gardevoir doesn't seem to care for you as a trainer at all. Isn't that right? Yes. I had always been too afraid of Radomus to say anything about it. Was the walk with Elias a reference to Elias of WWE? I don't know that Elias, so I'm gonna have to give that one a no. You'll protect me, won't you, Adrian? I'm not going to stand for anyone who treats their Pokemon badly. You're safe with me, Gardevoir. Oh, so that's how it is. What a pointless gambit. I mean, Adrian did see Lynn. That's mentioned. And Arceus is on the inside. I've always hated being with him. But back at the castle, you seemed perfectly happy. It was all a show. I am expected to be in perfect harmony with my trainer. But how can I, with someone like that? All the horrible things he's done. He's neglectful and lies all the time. I was even there when he brainwashed Luna. The truth is, I was glad when Elle stole me away. There you have it. I can't forgive someone for being so cruel to such a sweet Pokemon as Gardevoir. That's why I will definitely protect her. I'll help him get his daughter and his stolen property back. Stolen property too? What are you talking about now? Amy must know. After all, she has them. Amy stole something? What? Gardevoir took the amethyst pendant from Amy, which I really probably should have done in a better way. This, and... What? No, that amethyst pendant is Anna's. Get off of Amy. But there's still the ruby ring. These items rightfully belong to Elle. Sorry, did you mention an amethyst pendant? I guess it'll have to do. Only one key is necessary to reach the area, so taking both of them would have been ideal. People are often slow to part with their belongings, even when they hold them back. Even when they hold them... Oh, the belongings. Okay, I probably should have clarified that sentence. You can tell that we're getting to the part of the dialogue that I've edited less carefully. I just kind of gave it a quick read-through because I was pretty exhausted after going through most of early game. It's not that I didn't get it. Not that I didn't get it for it. I was just running so much out of energy for editing dialogue. The Cresselia section just killed all of my editing momentum. It really did. Yeah, Radomus already knew. But it's better to proceed with what we can manage to secure than keep you around dangerous people and risk further harm. As you say. Amy, right? And Radomus. I'll remember it. This can end as soon as you return the man's daughter. That was strange. I'm surprised Gardevoir felt that way. Radomus, what's this about brainwashing? You wouldn't really have done that, would you? And how exactly would I do such a thing? It's a foolish idea. Well, anyway, we should chase after them before they get too far ahead. Perhaps this will be an amusing game after all. Yeah, no, it was him. That is basically confirmed. Well, there should be, like, one or two things up here. I thought there was a stone or something. Oh, that's not the stone I was thinking of, but okay. I guess I'm simply crazy. I guess I don't actually make this. I thought there was... Isn't there? Where?
I knew you don't make this game. I've known that the whole time.
There used to be.
Can't pull the wool over my eyes.
Did I move it? I also thought there was something like that, but I guess there's just a bunch of star pieces. Huh.
We won't be brought in by your lies.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm crazy. Shrug. Oh well. Alright, I do have to get going. So let's do this thing, and then we'll pick up with the rest of the area and fight Radomus next week.
Allegedly.
I made this tile set and I just kind of hate it. Like, it's not that bad, but I do just hate it 1 to 2 a little bit.
Wow, I mean, I can't believe you would say that about whoever made this game.
Are you quite through with this charade? Oh, right, I have to walk up. Right? There we go. Elle, what did you do at Gardevoir? Please do not defile this holy place with your unintelligible shouting. Elle has done nothing to me. He has only freed me. Why is this so hard for you to believe? These heretics would not so much as believe in Lord Arceus, even if it bestowed holy judgment right before them. Their minds are made up already based on fictions they heard prior. One cannot see the truth without first questioning their eyes.
I get it, because it's like that owl.
Oh dear.
Got him. Roasted.
Come, Gardevoir and Adrian. Let us ascend. This is getting weird. This is strange. When I fell down here, I was certain I would be trapped and alone. But almost immediately I saw a girl climbing up the cave wall. We know who that is. And then Elle and Gardevoir appeared. And now you all. Is this some kind of secret tourist spot? If so, I'm displeased with the customer service. Well, that is not at all what I meant, but okay. It seems they were able to open that door with the power of the amethyst pendant. If I heard correctly, do you, Amy, not also possess the ruby ring? In that case, perhaps we can open a different door. Alright, and then that's gonna be the puzzle. I have things to say about that, I think, but that'll be next week.
What things are you saying about?
Oh, about the lie truth puzzle.
Oh, I bet you have things to say.
Yeah, especially since I made this game. Haha. Anyway, yeah. Thank you all for hanging out. Appreciate you all.
Sound like this game is racist. Boom! Can't wait for the expose on how much you hate black people.
I have literally posted about how I consider it kind of a failing the lack of diversity in this cast.
Wow. Can't believe you hate black people. I should have known.
Okay.
Baby tried to warn me.
Oh, yeah. Alright, bye everyone.